There's an old saying, in order to know where you're going, you need to know where you have been. It's been nearly 2 years since the initial work-from-home order was set in motion in the state of Ohio. Looking back prior to the pandemic, we observed communities that prioritized high-speed connectivity. They moved the needle forward. We noted businesses having more tools for growth and residents having the ability to experience a better quality of life. Legislation was passed that allocated monies to ensure the digital divide in Ohio was reduced, with the goal of one day eliminating the technological inequity. COVID-19 has accelerated the need for ubiquitous high-speed internet access and has placed a magnifying glass on the immediate need of high-speed fiber broadband connectivity to learn, work, and function from home. The work-from-home order severely impacted the ability of workers, students, and residents who now found themselves relying entirely on their home internet connections to continue about their lives. This disproportionately impacted our rural communities, who lack high-speed broadband access, which is now seen as an essential utility. Your vision to improve the quality of life for regions, residents, and businesses echoes our mission to leave lasting impacts in the communities where we live, work, and raise our families. Your vision remains at the forefront as we share our project experience from other communities in Ohio, as we take this journey alongside you. When EDG partnered with the city of Fairlawn in 2013, they recognized the need. They knew that both residents and businesses were being underserved by private industry and decided to step in to bridge the gap. Fairlawn Gig has been nationally recognized for superior service and has one of the highest customer approval ratings of any ISP. Practically speaking, what does that mean? It means home value appreciation, new developments, new businesses, and retaining business that are already there. It means the ability for the city to deploy smart city technology. It has opened up partnering opportunities in both public and private partnership industry. Imagine the possibilities in the future you can offer for your community with high-speed fiber broadband infrastructure. We'll use our expertise and experience to make these visions a reality and position your community for real growth.
We know from experience that the path to success heavily relies on a strong process refined by lessons learned. That path to success is also paved with public outreach and a strong communications plan centered on your community's vision for success. Through this process, we work to uncover if your incumbent service providers are meeting the growing needs of your businesses, government entities, students, or remote workers. A community-wide survey and public engagement campaign will help identify what pain points exist today to ensure your community is making wide investments in solutions that address the most pressing problems of your businesses and residents. We'll gather this much-needed information and data by meeting with groups of residents, business owners, corporations, public entities, and municipalities within your community. These meetings will serve the purpose of data collection as well as community outreach as we engage with the people of your community and share our knowledge about what a high-speed fiber broadband program could mean for your region. We believe this to be a critical step in the process because it builds excitement and sets your final project up for a high residential and business adoption rate, which is key to a successful return on investment. Surveying your business and residential community at a grassroots level is critical to developing a plan for implementation of a broadband utility. This dataset will aid in the analysis and potential business model for your new utility. We've seen a high success and adoption rate through the development of a project website or hub of information for your entire community to access ongoing information and updates about your high-speed fiber broadband project. This website will function as a central location for community engagement and outreach, as well as frequently asked questions and important contact information. Your project website can also serve as a home for your community outreach survey, where you can actively direct digital traffic for improved engagement. The key element in understanding what types of fiber projects and investments are needed in your community is direct community engagement. Different communities are likely to have different needs and concerns, ranging from underserved residential areas to businesses that need fiber levels of speed to be competitive. By engaging with your community, we can develop an understanding of what should be prioritized and move forward towards implementation.
In the early stages of a feasibility study, we'll explore existing private and public infrastructure. what existing assets are available in your community that can be utilized to assist with planning, implementation, operation, and ongoing maintenance of a high-speed fiber utility. Deciding who is going to build, operate, and maintain a new high-speed fiber broadband utility is an important piece of the overall planning process. Is the utility something your community would like to operate, or should the utility be operated by a private industry partner? These are just a few of the questions to be answered when making this decision. Questions and answers will be unique to your community. Regardless, your decisions will often require an internal staff champion who can rally public interest and pursue overall project implementation. We're here to give you the information you need to make these decisions for your community. Finally, we'll formulate the business plan. Within that plan will be the financial models that will compare the different approaches to get the job done, and what types of return on investment could be expected will also help to determine how the utility service will be offered and when, and how the implementation will be phased. We will develop a project schedule that aligns with your overall vision and what works best for your region and goals. Environmental Design Group has worked with clients tasked with making difficult fiscal decisions about how to best spend their resources to maximize value. For example, maybe budget constraints only allow you to improve connectivity in underserved areas. We would develop a phased plan approach where money spent to add high-speed fiber infrastructure in areas that lack connectivity would ultimately also fit nicely into a larger high-speed fiber network build-out. A community-wide high-speed fiber broadband initiative is no small task and will require careful planning to ensure the region realizes the most value within its budget.
One key element that often gets overlooked in the fiber broadband discussion is understanding your market and doing the initial market research and data gathering. It's never as simple as saying, oh, everyone on the street technically has internet access. It's understanding, how many providers are on that street, how many different speed and pricing tiers do they have? Are businesses and residents really being served well with the offerings that are available versus yes or no, do they have internet? It's really about the details that make the importance of doing that initial market research critical before you move forward with any kind of infrastructure solution. We know from doing these studies in the past that it's really helpful to understand from the outset what are people's concerns with their current internet service, whether it's a lack of speed, a lack of bandwidth, poor value, poor customer service. Doing that outreach initially, understanding what those pain points are, is really beneficial when you start looking at, what are the solutions that can solve our residents and our business owners' problems. And it's really only after you do that work they can really start to understand the solutions that are going to make the best community impact.
When done properly, developing a community-wide high-speed fiber broadband infrastructure asset enhances your community's ability to improve its digital offerings and track growth. Environmental Design Group has the experience to help you every step of the way in planning, developing, and looking ahead to a brighter future in your community.